Tonight was supposed to be ordinary. Just another drive, another paycheck, another quiet ride home where no one noticed him. But when her voice dropped to a whisper in the back seat and she murmured, "Tonight, I'll make you mine," the single dad gripping the steering wheel forgot how to breathe. For 3 endless seconds, the city lights blurred, his heart slammed against his ribs, and everything he believed about power, love, and his place in the world began to crack. That he was called Daniel. 34. A widower for 6 years. A father before he was ready, a man who learned to survive by staying invisible. By day, he worked at a logistics warehouse, stacking crates until his back screamed. By night, he drove a black sedan for a private executive transport company, the kind that served people who never looked drivers in the eye. His son, Noah, waited at home with a neighbor, asleep on a couch that had seen better days. Every mile Daniel drove was for Noah. Every breath, every sacrifice. The woman in the back seat tonight was Elena Cross. A name whispered in business magazines, a billionaire CEO who acquired companies the way others bought coffee. She was elegance wrapped in authority, calm but sharp, her presence heavy even in silence. Daniel had driven her before, always quietly, always professionally. She usually worked on her phone, eyes glowing in the dark. But tonight, she watched him. "You're quiet," she said earlier, her tone unreadable. "Yes, ma'am," he replied, the same way he replied to everyone richer than him. She smiled faintly. "You don't have to call me that." He nodded, eyes on the road. Boundaries mattered. Lines kept men like him safe. Rain began to fall, slow at first, then harder, blurring the windshield. Traffic slowed. The city felt smaller, closer, like it was listening. Elena shifted forward, resting her elbows on the seat, her voice nearer now. "Daniel," she said, tasting his name like it meant something. That he stiffened. "Drivers weren't supposed to be remembered. I've been watching you," she continued. "Not just tonight. 4 weeks." His fingers tightened. "I'm sorry if I've done something wrong." She laughed softly. "You've done everything right. That's the problem." The car stopped at a red light. Silence pressed in. Then she said it. Low. Certain. Dangerous. "Tonight, I'll make you mine." Daniel's chest locked. 3 seconds passed where he didn't breathe. 3 seconds where his mind screamed about his son, about class differences, about how men like him didn't belong in worlds like hers. He finally exhaled, voice shaking. "Ms. Cross. I'm just your driver." Her eyes met his in the mirror, and for the first time, he saw something vulnerable behind the power. "No," she said. "You're a man who never asks for more, even when he deserves it." The light turned green. He drove. Days passed, but that night followed him everywhere. At the warehouse. On the bus ride home. In the quiet kitchen where Noah ate cereal for dinner and talked about school like it was the most important thing in the world. Daniel tried to forget Elena's words, but they echoed in the spaces where hope used to live. Then everything collapsed. The warehouse announced layoffs. Daniel was among them. No severance. No warning. The same week, Noah's school called about unpaid fees. The landlord left a notice on the door. Daniel sat on the edge of the bed that night, staring at the floor, calculating impossible numbers. Pride burned, but fear burned hotter. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. "Daniel," Elena's voice said. "I heard." He swallowed. "I didn't tell anyone." "You don't have to," she replied. "I see things." "I can't accept charity," he said quickly, her tone sharpened. "Good. Because I'm not offering charity. I'm offering work. Real work." The next morning, Daniel stood inside a glass tower he'd only seen from the street. Elena's company headquarters. He wore his only suit, sleeves a little short, shoes worn thin. People stared, not unkindly, just curiously. Elena met him personally, ignoring the executives around her, you'll start as my personal operations assistant, she said. You know logistics. You know discipline. And you know what it means to have something to lose. Whispers followed them. A driver promoted overnight. Rumors bloomed. Daniel worked harder than he ever had, terrified of proving them right. Days blurred into nights. Elena pushed him, challenged him, trusted him with decisions that mattered. Slowly, he found his footing, then came the backlash. A senior executive confronted Elena in a board meeting. This is inappropriate, he said. Promoting a former driver? People are talking. Elena didn't flinch. Let them. Daniel offered to resign that night. He couldn't be the reason her empire shook. She closed the office door, finally letting the mask fall. Do you know how many people in this building are here because of connections, not competence? She asked. You earned your place the moment you chose responsibility over bitterness. He shook his head. I don't belong in your world. She stepped closer. My world doesn't belong to me either. I built it alone. Just like you. Something shifted between them then. Not desire, not yet. Understanding. Weeks later, Noah fell sick. Hospital bills stacked fast. Daniel sat in a plastic chair at midnight, watching his son sleep, machines beeping softly. He broke. He called Elena. She arrived without assistance, without heels, sitting beside him in silence. When the doctor explained the treatment cost, Daniel stared at the floor, shame flooding him. Elena stood. Do whatever it takes, she said. I'll cover it. Daniel's voice cracked. I'll pay you back. Every cent. She looked at him, eyes fierce. You already have. By loving him the way you do. That night, in the hospital hallway, under harsh fluorescent lights, Elena finally said what she'd been holding back. I don't need you because I'm lonely, she said. I need you because you remind me who I am when money doesn't matter. He whispered, I'm afraid. So am I, she admitted. But I'm tired of pretending power makes me untouchable. When Noah recovered, life didn't magically become easy. The media found out. Headlines questioned her judgment. Investors threatened to pull out. Elena's board demanded distance. She was given a choice. Protect the company, or protect her heart. The night before the vote, she stood on her penthouse balcony, city glowing below, Daniel beside her. If I choose you, she said, I could lose everything. He took a breath, steady now. Then don't choose me. Choose what's right. She smiled sadly. That's the thing. You are what's right. The next day, she walked into the boardroom and told the truth. About loneliness. About values. About seeing greatness where others saw status. Some walked out. Stocks dipped. But something unexpected happened. Employees spoke up. Stories surfaced. People rallied behind her honesty. The company survived. Changed, but stronger. Months later, Daniel no longer drove a car for a living. He led teams. He went home to Noah every night. Elena still worked too much, still carried the weight of the world, but she wasn't alone anymore. On a quiet evening, no cameras, no power games, Elena rested her head on Daniel's shoulder and whispered again, softer this time, no fear left in it. Tonight, I'm yours. Daniel smiled, breathing easy at last, knowing the truth that carried him through every hard mile of his life. Power doesn't come from what you own. It comes from who you choose to stand beside when everything is on the line.